Well, it is February and it's pothole season, and they're making the commute really difficult for drivers, sometimes trashing cars entirely. CBS 2's Matt Kozar live in one of our mobile tour units. He has more on what you can expect to try to do to make your ride a little less bumpy. Matt?
Good evening, Dana. We are on the West Side Highway. A bit of traffic, which is a common occurrence at this time of night on the highway. And if you're familiar with it, commuting in and out of the city, you know sometimes it's like navigating through a minefield. Lots of potholes. City DOT workers say they are struggling to keep up, primarily because the bad weather has occupied most of their time.
Crews are patching up the roads, and there are a lot of holes to patch, from the Grand Central Parkway in Queens to 10th Avenue in Manhattan. But the recent storms have kept workers busy, and they haven't had time to fill potholes.
In between those storms, we've been trying to prep and take advantage of that time to do some maintenance activities. Galileo
Orlando is in charge of roadway repair and maintenance. He's urging all New Yorkers to report potholes by calling 311 or going to the DOT's website.
Ultimately, though, the real solution is to resurface these streets. Potholes are really a temporary fix.
It's going to be like this for the foreseeable future because on the state level, we don't have the money. And on the federal level, you know, the dedicated highway fund is going to be broke in May, it's estimated.
Robert Sinclair says lawmakers need to do a better job of funding infrastructure or risk making roads with potholes a year-round reality.
You're patching the problem. The bottom line is the fact that the roads in and of themselves are in bad shape.
New York City drivers agree. Some shared their pothole horror stories with us.
I barely missed it, and the cab behind me it would take your wheel out.
It's very frustrating. You know, first of all, the passengers feel it just as much as I do. It's a very bumpy ride out here.
A view of that bumper-to-bumper traffic on the West Side Highway that I was talking about. It gets especially bumpy, I should say, up in Harlem near the water treatment plant. Now, how much is this costing New Yorkers in terms of driving around, in terms of damage to their cars, ruined wheels, tires that are blown? Well, one research group estimates it costs about $680 per person every year for damage on their cars. Reporting live in Mobile 2 on the West Side Highway, Matt Kozar, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Matt. And if you'd like to report a pothole, go to cbsnewyork.com after you tell the city.